So first is we'll study about the primary key. Okay, primary key mean actually primary key mean see this example. We'll do a small example about a primary key. See, just consider this small table. Okay, say it has fields. Say student number. Say name. Say subject code. And say address. Okay, right. So here we'll put some sample record 101. Say Peter. Subject code is S01. So address is number 1. Some address. So like that again 102. Silver. His subject code is doing C01 and number 30 somewhere. Again 103. Say on. He is doing subject code is 02. Say number 50 or some address. Right. So again we'll put a one record 104. Coming is 03. Say number 18, some number address. So when you take this table, so this is student table. Okay, this is a student table. Table name is student. Okay, when you take this field, so if you take this field, student number, this data item, this data is not duplicated. Okay, so this data is not duplicated because this is used to uniquely identify a record in the table. So can the same can another student number will get the same number? Can other student number 101, can you have it again here? No. In your school, the student number is unique. Okay. So that means so we will say student number. So student number is the primary key. Student number is the primary key. So it's a primary key. Okay. So for this table name student, for the student table, student number is the primary key. So then what is the definition for the primary key? We can say a column. Okay, the book definition. So column means these are columns, student number, name, and subject code, address. So can we have the name as a primary key? Can we have the name as a primary key? No, name will be duplicated. Same, say two people will have the same name. Subject code, we cannot have that as a primary key because you see this is duplicating. So address also same address, two students may come. So that means primary key mean no duplicate value, especially primary key mean no duplicate value. So we'll see here. So a column or combination of columns or combination of columns So combination of columns which enables to identify a record uniquely is called primary key. Okay. So here, so we must know the special attributes of the primary key. So we must know the special attributes of the primary key. So what are the special attributes of the primary key? So special attributes of primary key, what? So
Cannot be duplicated.
Come again, please.
Cannot be duplicated.
Yes, cannot be duplicated. Yes. So no duplicate values. So primary key is no duplicate values. So no duplicate values, same values, same values, same values do not exist. Exist again. Second one is second one is uh, it should not be empty. Okay. So the primary key when you select a field as a primary key, um, when you say select a field as a primary key, uh, that that should have value. It cannot be empty. So that means so we cannot have a record like this. Say now we keep the student number and the student number as a blank, and we can say like this it is not possible. Okay, so we can't have a record. We cannot have a record like this because you might definitely when you say student number as a primary key, definitely there should be a value. So that is why we say should not be empty. Primary key, so it is not possible. So I will remove that row. So it should not be empty. It should not be empty. Okay. So that for that one we can say uh, so data being there is mandatory. So mandatory means it is actually required. Okay. So right. So that is about the primary key. Okay. Right. Uh, so here when you take your book, now they are given this part. Here see they have defined the definition and here. So here now, for instance, study the table given below, which consists of data on few books. In this table, book table, you see accession number, title, author's name, price of book, number of books. Here, this accession number, this is not duplicated. So then we say accession number do not have duplicate. It is unique. So here, this accession number is a primary key in this table. Okay. So we can say accession number is a primary key in this table. Okay. So now here, the example one here. So here you can say in this table here, here the primary key is SSN number. Okay. So here the primary key is SSN number. Okay. So that is a, so now you understand about the primary key now. So here the next part is so so normally the primary key is underlined. Okay, so now normally in your normally in our question papers, like when they give it, they will underline as a primary key normally. So then here, say for the example, here we can underline this as a primary key. Okay, right. So then we will see next is next is composite primary key. So composite primary key mean, what is the meaning of composite primary key? Do you have any idea about composite primary key?
No.
Right. So composite primary key. So composite primary key. Okay. Composite primary key. So composite primary key mean that also a primary key. Okay. Composite primary key mean that also primary key. So but it has more than one field. Okay. Right. So we'll understand what is this composite primary key. The primary key. Okay, the primary key which consists of two or more columns of a table uniquely identifies a record. A record is called primary, is called composite primary key. Okay, so we'll see example. Okay, right. We'll see a small example now. Say we'll have a situation like this. We'll have a table. So we'll have a table like this. We'll say we have a marks table. We'll say we'll have a marks. We'll say we have a marks table. student number, subject code, marks. Okay, now we'll see 101, subject code is a 01, marks is say 100. So 101, mark subject code is a 02, marks is 90. Again 101, subject code is a 03, so marks is say 90. So then we'll see 102, subject code is a 01, mark is 70. Again 102, subject code is a 02. Again 102, subject code is a 03, marks is right. In this table, marks table, so my question is, can we have the student number as a primary key?
No.
Yes, we cannot have the primary key because, so when you say, when you are considering it is a primary key, mean you have to check whether it is a duplicate one. So when you are considering uh, uh, when you are deciding student number as a primary key, mean when you are considering student number as a primary key, mean the student number should not repeat. Now here it is repeating. Okay. So student number it is repeating. So we cannot have the student number as a primary key. Right. Then when you say can you have subject code as the primary key?
Sorry, uncle.
Can we have subject code as the primary key?
No.
Yes or no?
No, uncle.
Situli, can you hear me? Okay, right. So then what you do is in this type of situation, we are going for a composite primary key. So that means composite of primary key means two or more columns of table uniquely identified. So that means, so will be saying here, so the composite primary key will be student number plus subject code will be the composite primary key. Okay, but both combination is this will duplicate if you combine both student number and subject code, will it duplicate?
No, uncle.
No, because that time, so Situli, can you hear me?
Yes, uncle.
Yeah, Situli, now I think you just came. I did something, but I have recorded that one. I will share the link to you, then you can see that one again. Okay. So from here I have recorded. So I will share the link with you. Right. So I'll share the link. If you have anything again, you can ask from me right now. So then, so you understand composite primary key mean, which consists two or more columns of table, uniquely identify a record is called composite primary key. Right. So that is about composite primary key. Now here you can see in this example, school example, uh, here you can see this is a sports table. That sports table, yeah, it is severe rain here. Shall we stop and start little later? Then I think severe rain here.
Okay, uncle.
Okay, we'll do it later. The severe rain. Stop now.
Okay.